I'm feeling low.
Hey everybody, hope you're well, and it's James here over the Part-Time Entrepreneur and Crypto Rookies, and today we're going to have a look at the news roundup for this week. Now, lots of things have gone on. Bill Gates has said a few things. We've had the sale of Poloniex as well, so a whole bunch of things going on. There's a little bit of drama going on with USI Tech, and also we're going to have a little bit of a look at the data from social media to see what they're saying about cryptocurrency. So I thought I would start with something a little bit more exciting. So you've got the KuCoin exchange, and they've just listed the Kick ICO. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, why are you plugging KuCoin?
Take them on!
But it was one of the first ICOs that I ever bought into, and I quite like the fact they're doing a competition. You can win up to 750,000 Kick and 3 BTC with their trading competition. So something just a little bit fun, and just let you know that it's out there. So Mark Carney from the Bank of England has stepped up to talk about cryptocurrency. Now, I think he talks about some very good things. Now, he talks about regulation. Now, I'm a big fan of adding some regulation to cryptocurrency. And the main reason is this, is because there's so many scammers out there. You look at BitConnect, you look at the stuff from USI, which we'll have a look at that later. You know, there's all of these little things going on where people are just not protected within the space, and regulation would do that, because we don't want to see people put their hard-earned money into the network and then just have it stolen from them by some corrupt people. So I do think, you know, that is a key point that he brings up. And also, he does believe that, you know, cryptocurrency in the future can serve people better. And I totally agree with him. I think where his question marks lie is things like laundering, terrorism, tax evasion. Now, the thing is, over the last however many years, none of that stuff's ever gone away. And no matter what format of payment that we use, these things will still be there, because these people will always look for opportunities to evade their tax, fund terrorism, or launder their money. That's never going to go away. And I don't think cryptocurrency is the issue here. I think they're looking at the 1% of use rather than the 99% of use, where most people are using it for buying houses, cars, bread, milk, all those types of things. So the other key news is Bill Gates. So Bill Gates has come to the forefront and talking about cryptocurrency. Now, this guy was a huge advocate in the early days. So I think his mindset's gone backwards a little bit, because obviously when people started talking about Bitcoin, they thought about, you know, Silk Road and people buying drugs and bits and pieces. Now, people will still use cryptocurrency to buy drugs. Now, he's talking about people buying fentanyl and bits and pieces. Now, if you don't know what fentanyl is, there's a great documentary on Netflix which will tell you all about it. It's absolutely a horrendous drug. But the thing is, he's saying that people are using cryptocurrency to buy it. You know, probably 99% of people are using US dollars to buy it, and this is the problem. Some mixed up thinking on, you know, what's happening there. You know, the privacy functions of cryptocurrency he's not a big fan of. Again, it goes back to this funding terrorism, tax evasion, very much, you know, what the Bank of England are talking about. Okay, which is, you know, a thing that they need to deal with, but those things are never going to go away no matter what currency you use. You know, he talks about child death and all these types of different things, but, you know, this is where ICOs like Pharma Trust would come in, where the drugs that are being sent to, like, these African countries and stuff, where, you know, half the stuff they receive is fake, that it wouldn't be fake. So we need to support the right projects to ensure that, you know, what he's saying comes to fruition in a sense. But I know a lot of people are thinking about Bill Gates now and thinking,
Dirty little bastard.
So, you know, he's gone a bit backwards in my views at the moment, but I'm sure he'll come round. So the next big news is Poloniex has been sold. I just don't think we'd see exchanges sell out so quickly. But again, they're a business, they want to sell out, they want to make money and all the rest of it, which is fine. I mean, the Circle Group have been highly connected to Poloniex anyway for some time. They use them through their trading desk anyway. So, I mean, there's a whole bunch of connections with these guys. They're going to look at implementing apps and sort of really sort of work and follow the Robin Hood type model in terms of that sense and usability. The thing that gets me is the fact that obviously Goldman Sachs are part of this, and unfortunately anything that they're involved with, I'm just going to walk away. So all of my crypto will be coming out of Poloniex. It will go elsewhere on a different exchange. I don't like those guys, and my mate's got something to say about that.
Bring it off and wash your bastard curtains, you dirty cow.
But they do have some other big backers. So there's Jim Breyer as well. He was an early investor in Facebook. But I'm going to stick to some other exchanges. I like Robinhood. I like Binance. I like Bittrex. Those are my three big ones that I use. And then you've got other formats and other platforms coming. NEX, which is coming out, which is a decentralized platform, which is the fashion, and this is where everything will be moving in the long term. And also Coinvest, which is very similar in terms of how Nex will work a little bit. So the Aussies have decided to crack down on cryptocurrency and tax evaders. Wow. I mean, again, all of this stuff is relating back to regulation, which again, I don't think is a bad thing. And I'll talk about why I don't think that's a bad thing in a minute. But again, these guys, they were treating it like money to start off with, but now they're treating it like property. And we've seen that across other countries happening now, where people will have to pay capital gains. Now, in the UK, for instance, you can earn £11,700 from your trading profit before you have to start paying capital gains, and then lots of little different rules then start to apply. But what this will do is, if it's more regulated, more people will trust it. If more people trust it, then more people will use it, and if more people use it, then the price of everything will go up. So it's dead simple. It's not, I think we'll see less volatility, which is what a lot of people love, and it's exciting. But again, it creates some stability to long-term investments, but it means your investment will build anyway. So, I mean, there's lots of great things that will happen from this, I think. So another big thing is social media. Now, you got LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it. We've got the accounts, and it really pretty much rules our lives. Apparently, you pick up your phone 1,300 times in a week, which is just nuts. And the average person was logging onto Facebook between 3 and 7 times a day, which is just bonkers. We're addicted to this social media. But what it does do is it creates awareness, and people start taking notice as well. So cryptocurrency is becoming more like a brand. So Bitcoin is now a brand. No bugger owns it, but you know, it is becoming a brand, same as like Ethereum, and people are really starting to take notice. I found the statistics really interesting. So 66% male and 34% female, which really surprised me, because I know if we go back maybe 6 months, these statistics would have been incredibly different, and it would have been very heavily male dominated. Now the other thing is 33% parents. So again, a lot of people coming in that are probably trying to make some money to enhance the lives of their families, basically. I have a little boy, I'm trying to do exactly the same thing, so I totally get that. The other thing is if we look at the age groups, I don't think there's any surprise here. You know, the 25 to 34-year-old group is the majority of these young sort of millennials that are really into their technology and all the rest of it. The next group is the 35 to 44, which is my group. I know you're saying, I thought you were in the other group. I know. No, I'm in the older group. Soz. I'm getting old but open-minded. But then you look at the 45 to 54 group. Now, these guys are the ones that are the more skeptics. They're in, but they're very skeptical. And the main reason for that is this is a huge change. They're getting to close to pension age, 10 years' time, they'll be taking their pension and stuff. You know, they're probably a little bit nervous about what is happening in the marketplace. Is it going to be money? Is my pension going to be in crypto? Or, you know, there's probably a lot of questions and skepticism because they've grown up knowing only one thing, like cash and coins. And now everything's changing. And that's what you'll find with some of the older generation, that's the thing. But if you look at some of the statistics here, 65 plus, 7%. You know, so the older, your grandma's getting onto Bitcoin. She's smashing it. So, I mean, it's great to see that across all the age levels that there are lots of people getting involved with cryptocurrency. I mean, there's other ones as well there. You can have a look at political affinity, ethnicity, all the rest of it. But there's some really good statistics here. I will leave the link at the bottom so you can check this out in your own time. So one of the main reasons why I believe regulation is such a good thing is because there's companies such as this, you know, there's so many people in turmoil at this moment in time, not knowing what's happening to their money. And the reason why is because these guys aren't regulated. Now, they're not in the same league as something like an ETH Connect or some of these proper scam ones that turned up and just stole your money and fucked off, basically. It's slightly different, you know, they're trying to do the right thing, but because they're not regulated, you know, there's a whole bunch of issues going on at the moment. They haven't been 100% truthful with people. Some of the top leaders have had the information, not shared it with people, knowing that they've known for months and months, yet allowing people to continually buy into USI Tech, knowing that it was failing. So, but check out this video. It's very informative. I got the information from the top. It's a little bit comical for your viewing pleasure. As always, guys, really appreciate you tuning into the channel. Please comment, like, and share. You can follow me over at Crypto Rookies or at JamesWall_UK on Twitter, or you can join the free Facebook group, PT Cryptocurrency Community Group, or the Crypto Rookies Facebook as well. Now, I just want to let you know that for March, if you're part of the Crypto Rookies community, you will be in for a $5,000 draw that we'll be doing in March. We're just about to do our one from February, and that was also $5,000 as well. If you want to find out more, please head over to www.cryptorookies.com. And just as a quick piece for the channel, there are some videos that people do pay us to do, and I do make that very aware on the channel. But what I also want to say is, and I've not made a big thing about it, is actually to date, we've raised $37,000 for charity, and that's going to an autistic charity, and also to the homeless, and also to a hospital as well. So I just want to thank everyone for their support on the channel, because we really do appreciate it, and it does go to help a lot of people.
I'm feeling low.